Hi all, very good evening. Welcome to Chandan Likes English YouTube channel. This is Joshna. In this session, I am going to discuss RRB Group D General Science set number 13. Each and every students, before starting the session, must all of you click the like button. And also, we are going to provide you the PDF which I am going to teach you now. Okay, so PDF will be available in the channel like a Telegram channel. You can join in that Telegram channel and you can download the PDF. Okay, very good morning one and all. Before starting the session, once all of you click the like button. Okay, so this session consists of 25 MCQs which are related to RRB Group D, RRB NTPC, SSC examinations and also APPSC and EGPSC examinations also. Okay, this is helpful for all the students who are preparing for the competitive examination. Very good morning Pavan, Sai Teja. Before starting the session, once all of you click the like button. Today I has come up with like 25 different types of MCQs, so which were not repeated in the previous sessions. Okay, let's start the session. First question. Which of the following is incorrectly paired? Anemia, iron deficiency, xerophthalmia, vitamin A, osteomalacia, vitamin C, pernicious anemia, vitamin B12. Okay, now put your answer in the comment section, students. Very good morning Shivani, Venkatesh, Sai Teja, Pavan, Hemant. Okay, once all of you click the like button and share it to your friends who needs the classes in English medium. If you have any like WhatsApp groups, you can even post this link in that groups. Okay, so mention your answer in the comment section, students. What might be the answer? So this question is related to vitamins. So in each and every set, a question is from vitamins. So each and every student compulsory you have to learn what are the types of vitamins. So how many types of vitamins are there? So what are the scientific names of those vitamins and what are the diseases caused due to the deficiency of that diseases? Very important topic for each and every examination. Very good students. Anemia. What do you mean by anemia? Nothing but a loss of blood. Okay, our blood consists of, our RBC consists of what, students? Our RBC consists of what? Hemoglobin. Our RBC consists of hemoglobin. This hemoglobin is red in color. This hemoglobin is red in color. That is nothing but it is a rich pigment. So this hemoglobin mostly consists of what, students? Iron. If there is iron deficiency, so what is the disease caused, students? Anemia, loss of blood. Okay, so that is the correct pair. Second one is xerophthalmia. Xerophthalmia is nothing but, okay, there will be shortage of tears production. Okay, if there is a deficiency of vitamin A. What do you mean by vitamin A, students? Retinol. Due to the deficiency of vitamin A, two types of diseases are there. So what are those? Night blindness, and one more thing is what, students? Xerophthalmia. Okay, xerophthalmia. What is this xerophthalmia? Nothing but the production of tears. The production of tears in our eyes gets reduced due to the deficiency of this vitamin A. Vitamin A is nothing but what, students? Retinol. Okay, so that is also the correct pair. And third pair is osteomalacia. Osteomalacia, actually this is nothing but this is the condition of softening of bones in adults. Actually, this type of condition will occur due to the deficiency of which vitamin, students? Vitamin D. But they have given it is vitamin C. So this is the incorrect pair and it is the answer for this question. Osteomalacia, what is this condition, students? This condition, it generally occurs in adults due to the deficiency of vitamin D, calciferol. So what happens? Softening of bones takes place in adults. So if it is in children, what does the name of that condition, students? Rickets. Okay, so next one is pernicious anemia. Yesterday only I have explained in detail about this pernicious anemia. So actually there will be a protein in our stomach. So that that protein, it will absorb this vitamin B12. If there is a deficiency of that intrinsic factor protein, so what happens? The absorption of vitamin B12 reduces. If the absorption of vitamin B12 is reduced, so what type of disease we will face, students? Pernicious anemia. I have explained in detail about this vitamin B12 usages. Okay, what are the rich food sources of vitamin B12? Meat, milk, dairy products, eggs. So for non-vegetarians, soya milk, soya beans, okay. Next, fortified millets, fortified rice. These are the important rich sources of vitamin B12. Okay, so what might be the answer, students? Malaysia, this is the vitamin D deficiency in adults. For children's, rickets, that is nothing but softening of bones takes place if a person is suffering with this condition. Okay, done. Next question I am going to discuss. Yeah, each and every students before going to the examination compulsory learn the scientific names of the vitamins and which vitamin is the what are the diseases caused due to the deficiency of vitamins. Compulsory you will get 1 mark from this question for sure. Okay, next question. The process by which a caterpillar turns into a butterfly is called metamorphosis, fertilization, pollination, germination. Now tell me students, actually, okay, caterpillar, that is nothing but first of all the the production of butterfly or the what stages of butterfly takes place in 4 stages. Okay, for a butterfly to fly, it takes initially it takes 4 stages: egg to larva, larva to pupa, and finally adult butterfly. So these are the 4 stages of butterfly. Okay, at first there will be an egg. That egg will be transformed into larva, and from that larva it is going to be transformed into pupa, and finally from pupa it is going to be like a butterfly. So what these stages are considered? What is the total process of formation of caterpillar from butterfly? What it is known as? Very good morning, Shravani. Now try to tell the answer for this question. You all know, we have already learnt it in our 10th class. How the butterfly will burn, students? So initially it is like egg. As the days passes, it will be converted into larva, and after larva it is going to be converted into silkworm, and finally from silkworm it is going to be converted into butterfly. Okay, so what is the answer? No students, and the very important. What is the answer? Not fertilization, metamorphosis. So what are the stages of this butterfly, students? At first the butterfly will be in the form of egg. Then after it is developed into larva. Okay. Then after it is going to be developed into pupa. And finally it is going to become an adult butterfly. These are the stages of butterfly. And this complete process we call it as what, students? Metamorphosis. Very important. So today we have come up with some other new word. Okay. Next, you all know what do you mean by fertilization, students? Actually fertilization takes place in human beings and animals. So what happens here? The male gamete sperm. The male gamete sperm will enter into the female gamete ovum, and what happens? Zygote will be developed. So that type of process we call it as what, students? Fertilization. So what is this fertilization? Male gamete sperm, it will fuse with, okay, it will be fused with female gamete ovum or egg. Okay, so what happens? These both fuse it together and give what, students? Zygote, and this process we call it as what, students? Fertilization. Okay, next one. So actually Venkatesh, this channel is complete like Chandan Likes English YouTube channel. I have to explain in English only. If you need the same class in Telugu medium, in the evening session at sharp 5 o'clock, I am going to explain this session in Telugu. Okay. And what do you mean by pollination? Pollination is nothing but, so there will be a male flower and female flower. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Anther is the male reproductive organ of a flower and stigma is the female reproductive organ of a flower. The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma, we call it as what, students? Pollination. There will be different types of pollination like hydrophily, okay, next like entomophily, and finally thigmophily. So these are the different types of transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma, and the complete process we call it as what, students? Pollination. And what do you mean by germination? So in general, what the farmers will do, students? They will sow the seeds. If the plants arise from the seeds, we call it as what, students? Germination. Okay, done. Next, match the following: Richter scale earthquakes, Beaufort scale wind speed, decibel sound intensity, pH scale acidity or alkalinity. Match it and put your answer in the comment section, students. Each and every students who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and share it to your friends who needs the class in English medium. Okay, inform them to join in these sessions, students. Why? Because if there is high strength, tell me what is the answer for this question. So this is a question regarding like match the following. They have given the column A and column B. Match it and put your answer in the comment section. Richter scale. Actually this Richter scale, it is a type of logarithmic scale. Okay, it will showcase the magnitude of earthquake. That means how much energy is arising. How much energy is arising during earthquake, that is going to be recorded on this Richter scale, which is a type of logarithmic scale. So now what is the answer, students? Richter scale is useful for option A. Next, Beaufort scale. Beaufort scale is nothing but it is used to measure the wind speeds at the seas, oceans, etc. Okay, at the seas, oceans, what happens there? There will be wind, right? So in order to measure the speed of the wind, which type of scale is used, students? Beaufort scale. And what is the measurement used to measure the wind speed? Anemometer. That is different. Scale is different and instrument is different. Okay, in order to measure the earthquakes, seismometer or seismograph. In order to measure the wind speed, which type of instrument we use? Which type of instrument? Anemometer. Those are instruments, these are scales, don't get confused. And sound intensity. Okay, sound intensity is nothing but what? Which it is measured in which units? Decibels. Okay, fine. And pH scale, you all know that what do you mean by pH? Potence of hydrogen. So actually it ranges from 0 to 12. Okay, it ranges from 0 to 14. If pH is less than 7, we decide it as like acid. If pH is greater than 7, we decide it as base. If it is equal to 7, we decide it as a neutral solution. Okay, so what might be the answer, students? A, B, C, D. Clear? Done? Okay, very good, very good. Yes, seismograph, earthquakes, very good, Shivani. And anemometer, wind speed. Next, which of the following is a man-made fiber? Rayon, silk, cotton, wool. Actually, so the three options which are given in the question, they are naturally made. Okay, they are naturally made. For example, cotton. Where does we get cotton from? We get cotton from cotton plants. Okay, it is nothing but it is the hair of the cotton seed. It is nothing but it is the hair of the cotton seed. That is fine. It is naturally made one. And also cotton, silk. Where does we get silk from? We get silk from silkworm. That means we are also getting this naturally. So it might not be an answer. And wool. Where does we get this wool from? From animals' fur. For example, sheep. Okay, sheep. So many animals get this fur. We will use those animals' fur as wool. So these three are what? They are naturally made. We get them naturally. Only one which we cannot get naturally. We have to make them. We have to make them artificially. So what type of that is that, students? Rayon. Okay, rayon is a artificial silk. Artificial silk. How does we make this? How can produce it, students? By adding. You all know what do you mean by cellulose, right? Okay, by adding wood pulp. Do you know what do you mean by wood pulp? If we add chemicals, to wood pulp, or if we use cellulose, okay, what type of silk you will get, students? Artificial silk, and that is nothing but rayon. If we mix different types of chemicals, for example, calcium hydroxide, if we mix calcium hydroxide to wood pulp, so what does we get, students? We get rayon, which is nothing but man-made silk or artificial silk. It is not like a naturally made, it is artificially made by the human being. So how he will do this, students? He will mix the chemicals to the wood pulp, which we get from like plants. Okay, and in that way we will get this artificial silk. Okay, next. Mercury is used in thermometers. Reason: mercury expands uniformly and has high boiling point. Do you all know what is the boiling point of mercury, students? Tell me. So this is easy question, right? Now I am going to raise two more questions regarding this mercury. Okay, you all know that mercury is the only metal which exists as liquid at room temperature. Everybody knows this. I have shouted almost 20 to 50 times. Mercury is the only metal which exists as liquid at room temperature. What is the atomic number of mercury, students? Atomic number of mercury is 80. Okay, this is the only metal which exists as liquid at room temperature. So do you know the properties of this mercury, students? This mercury will not stick. Why we'll use this mercury in thermometer, students? Why? Because these mercury do not stick to glass. Okay, this mercury do not stick to glass. It have the capacity of, okay, bearing very high temperatures of heat. Okay, it is having very high temperatures. It is a good conductor of heat. It is a good conductor of heat. And what is the boiling point of this mercury, students? 357 degrees centigrade. The boiling point of mercury is 370 degrees centigrade. That means if we heat the mercury at 357 degrees only, it will be going to be vaporized. Until then, it is going to be stay as liquid only. Okay, for that is the reason why we are using this mercury in order to measure the high temperatures also. Okay, why? Because its boiling point is 357 degrees centigrade. That means until and unless we heat that mercury above 357 degrees centigrade, it is not going to be evaporated. Okay, for that reason only, and not only that, it do not stick to the glasses. So these are the many reasons why we are using this mercury in thermometer. Okay, so what is the answer, students? Answer for this question is both A and R are true. And tell me, in order to make amalgam, which element we use? Tell me, students. In order to make amalgam, what type of element we will use? Voice break. Is it okay now? In order to make amalgams, what type of element we use? If we mix that element only, it is going to be considered as amalgam. So what type of element it is? Very, very important. Voice break. What can I do? Okay, done, mercury. Is it okay now? Can you hear my voice? Am I audible and visible? Please, any one of you confirm. Am I audible and visible? Please, any one of you confirm, am I audible and visible? Okay, done. Okay, if we add mercury to any other element only, it is going to be called as amalgam. Remember, very, very important. Okay, next question. Okay, done, students, done. On the occasion of 6th anniversary, we are going to provide huge discount on each and every course. Okay, target RRB NTPC students who are going to attempt RRB NTPC from March 16 to March 27. So there is a good news for you, students. We are going to provide you a fast track course. Within 30 days, we are going to cover each and every topic related to RRB NTPC. So if you want to purchase this course, please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen. Special offers, we are going to provide each and every course at the rate of 399 rupees only. SSC CGL special batch complete course is available on Chandan Logics app. So solo by once check your network. Okay, I think the problem is from your side, not from my side. Why? Because everybody can hear my voice and can listen. Okay. 0 to hero course. Okay. Students who cannot solve problems within the short period of time regarding arithmetic, reasoning and advancements, they can purchase this course. Telangana High Court has recently released EI 59 vacancies. Right? Complete updated content syllabus course is available on our Chandan Logics app. Which is the strongest force in nature? Gravitational force, electromagnetic force, weak nuclear, strong nuclear. Now tell me, students, Baby Lavanya, Sukumar, Shivani, can you hear me and can you see me? Is my voice and am I audible and visible? Please, anyone of you confirm. He is saying that he is having problem from my side. Am I audible and visible? Yeah, what is the answer, students? No, no. Baby, no. I thought all will answer that only, but that is not the correct answer. No, it's not gravitational. Which is the strongest force in our nature? Okay, done. Okay. Okay. So, which is the small, strongest force in our nature is, I thought all will give that answer only, but that is not the correct answer, students. And the correct answer for this question is strong nuclear forces. Okay, strong nuclear forces. Where does this strong nuclear force is there? Do you know that, students? You all know that this is a nucleus, right? This is electron. Electrons flows around the nucleus. These nucleus consist of what, students? Proton and neutron. Okay, the force, listen properly, the force which binds the proton and neutron in the nucleus, we call it as what, students? Strong nuclear force, and that is the strongest force in our nature when compared to all other force. Okay, the force which is binding the proton and neutron in the nucleus, it is going to be the strongest force in the nature. And what is the name of that force? Strong nuclear force. Very, very important. Yes, weakest is gravitational force. Okay, why? Because if we travel at 11.2 kilometers per hour, and when we are at escape velocity, we can escape from gravitational force, right? The weakest force is gravitational force, and the strongest force is what, students? This strong nuclear force. What is it actually? It is nothing but it is the force which is acting, which is binding the proton and neutron present in the nucleus. Okay, if there is no force between them, the neutron will be fly away. Okay, why the nucleus is at the center of the atom, students? Because of this strong nuclear force only. If there is no strong nuclear force, the nucleus will not stay at the center, it will fly away. Okay, by this we can say that in our nature the strongest force is strong nuclear force. Got my point? That's not 12.5, it's 7.2 kilometers per second. If a person travels in second 11.2 kilometers, he can escape from the gravitational force, and that velocity we call it as what, student? Escape velocity. Okay, did you understand what I am saying? The force which is binding the proton and neutron in the nucleus, we call it as what? Strong nuclear force. If there is no force between the proton and neutron, the nucleus will be fly away. If there is no nucleus, there will be no DNA material. Did you understand? Actually, where does this DNA material lie, students? In the nucleus itself. Okay? Next. Which gas is used in the manufacture of vanaspati ghee? Oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon dioxide. Now tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Very, very interesting topic. You all know. So we all know what do you mean by vegetable oil. So if we thoroughly add which type of gas, if which type of gas is thoroughly added to the vegetable oil, it is going to be converted into vanaspati ghee, that is nothing but dalda. Now tell me, students. Very good morning, Shyamala, Parasuram. Hi, hi. Now what might be the answer, students? No. And the answer for this question is hydrogen. Okay, you all know vegetable oils, right? Okay, you all know what I mean by vegetable oils. If we thoroughly pass hydrogen gas, to the vegetable oils, so what happens, students? That vegetable oil, it is going to be converted into the solid substance which is known as dalda or vanaspati ghee. And that process we call it as what, students? Hydrogenation. Okay, and that process we call it as hydrogenation. If vegetable oil if vegetable oil, if we continuously supply hydrogen to this vegetable oil, so what is the product we are getting, students? Vanaspati ghee. Okay, and that process we call it voice changer. Okay, and that process we call it as what, students? Hydrogenation. Okay, if we add, so you all know what is filled in the like chips packet, students. Which gas is filled in the chips packet? Let me know. Tell me which gas is filled in chips packet, like Lay's, Kurkure, etc. Okay, so which gas is filled in like those chips packets or Kurkure packets? Tell me. My voice changed. Yeah, tell me, students, which gas is filled in chips packet or Kurkure packets in order to yes, very good. Okay, nitrogen gas is filled in the like chips packet or Kurkure packet. Why? Because in order to protect them from rant acid. Rant acid nothing but what? If like food items are reacted with oxygen. Okay, if food items gets oxidized, so what happens? The taste of the oil which is present in that food items, it is going to be changed. Okay, and that is very, very dangerous. Ranta acid state is very, very dangerous. Okay, like what? If the vegetable oils thoroughly, in vegetable oils, if we thoroughly pass the hydrogen gas only, we are going to get the vanaspati ghee. It is harmless. So, if that vegetable oils we are going to continuously, if we are passing oxygen to that vegetable oils, that vegetable oil, it is going to be become ranta acid, which is not good for our health. Okay, done. Robona. Voice change ayinda? Sorry. So, I am using my own voice, I don't know what happened, okay? No, I am fine. Okay, done. What might be the answer, students? Hydrogen. Okay, if we pass oxygen gas to the vanaspati oil, so what happens? Okay, it is going to be like ranta acid. If we pass hydrogen gas, and that process is known as hydrogenation, what we are getting? Vanaspati ghee. Okay? No, I am fine. So, due to technical issues, I think. Next, which of the following is incorrectly matched? Cornea, transparent front part of eye; retina, screen of eye; iris, controls size of pupil; choroid, white part of eye. Hi, Balaraju, Shyamala, funny, Lulu Mart. Now tell me, what is the answer, students? You all know what are the parts of our eyes, right? So, what are the parts of our eyes, students? The front part of our eye, which is like a curved part, that is known as cornea. And retina, it will be at the back of our eye, which is responsible, which is like a light sensitive part. That retina, it consists of rods and cones, which are the photoreceptor cells. They are helpful for the looking at the lights, and variations of colors will be done by the cone cells, right? Okay, now tell me. So, please inform to the admin, okay? Please call to the number which is scrolling on the screen and inform to them. Actually, I can't tell them now. Please inform to the, call to the number which is scrolling on the screen. Like madam voice is getting ready, inform to them, okay? And what is the answer, students? Very good, okay? Alright, it is not the white part of our eye, it is the black part of our eye. It is the black part of our eye. What is the help? What it will do, students? It provides nourishment. It provides nourishment and oxygen support, nourishment and oxygen transport. Okay, the oxygen transport and nourishment to our eye is done by black part of our eye. What is that? Choroid. And what do you mean by this white part of our eye? White part of our eye, we call it as what, students? Sclera. And this choroid, it is present between the retina and the sclera. Very, very important. The black part of our eye, we call it as what, students? choroid, and the white part of our eye we call it as sclera. This black part of our eye is present between the retina and sclera. So what is the functioning of this choroid, students? It will continuously supply the oxygen which is required to our eye, and it will also provide the nourishment to our eyes. Okay? Is my voice okay now, or it is still the same way? Okay, done. Next question. So you all know what do you mean by cornea, students? It is the transparent layer of the eye. And what do you mean by retina? It is the light sensitive part of our eye. And iris, it is nothing but it is the colored part of our eye. Okay, done. Next question. The disease mad cow disease is caused by bacteria, virus, prion, fungus. Very interesting question, students. I think nobody has never looked at this type of question, I think so. So what might be the answer for this question? So is my voice still the same, or it's my original voice? Please, anyone of you confirm? It's my voice or like some other voice? Please, any one of you call to the number which is scrolling on the screen and inform to them, okay? Yeah, okay. What might be the answer for this question, students? So, mad cow disease. Actually, many diseases were the reason of microbes infection. Okay, microbes. What do you mean by microbes, students? Bacteria, virus. My voice only. Okay. After the end of the session, I will check, okay? Yes, very good, Shivani, very good. Okay, so how that most of the diseases are caused by different types of microbes like bacteria or virus, protozoa, etc. But this mad cow disease, it is caused by the consumption of prion. What do you mean by prion, students? Okay, prion. Actually, this prion, it is not a microbe. It is not any pathogen. It is a folded protein. Remember, students, this prion, it is a folded protein. If we consume this folded protein, so what happens, students? If we consume this folded protein into our body, so the healthy proteins which are in our body, they are also going to be folded. Even though it is not a microbe, if it enters into our body, these folded protein, it is going to make the healthy proteins also folded. If it is continued, so what happens? Our brain will be damaged. Okay, and that type of disease we call it as what, students? Mad cow disease. Why? Because this prion, which is a folded protein, it also affects the healthy proteins in our body. In turn, what is going to be happen? Our brain is going to be damaged. So many will tell us as what? Mad. Okay, and that type of disease we call it as what, students? Mad cow disease. Very important. Okay. Next, due to bacteria, many diseases like TB, typhoid. Okay, and due to virus, what are the diseases? Corona, chicken pox, etc. And due to fungus, ringworm, athlete foot, etc. Okay, athlete foot. So these are the different types of diseases caused by different types of microbes. Prion, it is not a microbe, it is a folded protein. When we consume this folded protein, this is going to damage many other healthy proteins, which in turn it is going to damage our brain and nervous system. And finally, what type of disease we will face, students? Mad cow disease. Okay, very important. Next, match the following. List 1 diseases, list 2 causative agent. Tuberculosis, malaria, polio, typhoid, virus, bacteria, protozoa, fungus. Now tell me, students, what is the answer? Yes. Mad cow. Now tell me, what is the answer for this question, students? So here are the different types of microbes and different types of diseases caused due to that infection. Now tell me what is the correct match the following. Each and every student who has not yet liked the session, once all of you click the like button and share it to your friends and relatives who needs the class in English medium. Also, if you have any separate WhatsApp groups, you can even post this link in that groups also. Yes, very good students. Tuberculosis, we all know it is due to bacteria infection. Okay, so this is B. Malaria, yesterday only we have learnt about this malaria, it is due to protozoa. And polio, it is nothing but it is due to virus. Typhoid, it is nothing but it is also due to bacteria. So B, C, A, B, option A is the correct answer. Okay, yesterday only we have discussed about malaria, right? So what happens, students? The female mosquito, which is Anopheles mosquito, okay, Anopheles female mosquito, when that mosquito will bite, so what happens? The protozoa, which is known as Plasmodium vivax, it will enter into our bloodstream, and finally where it reaches, students, it will enter into the liver cells. Okay, then after it will enter into the RBCs. Now what happens in the RBCs? The plasmodium cells, it will be multiplied and they will release a poisonous substance which is known as homozine. Okay, so that is what is happening in the malaria. It is a cyclic process actually. Okay, next typhoid. You all know how does this typhoid affect, students? Okay, due to the, if any person consumes contaminated food or water, this typhoid will occur. If these typhoid patients are not treated well, so what happens, students? Perforation of intestines takes place. That means what? In our small intestine, small holes will takes place, and that term we call it as what? Perforation of intestines takes place if typhoid is not treated well. Okay, next polio. So polio, the first antibiotic, what is the first antibiotic? Penicillin. So this was the first antibiotic came up for this polio only. Okay, vaccine, it's not antibiotic, vaccine. The first vaccine was what? Which vaccine? Penicillin, and it is helpful for treatment of polio. Okay, Alexander Fleming, you all know that. Next, tuberculosis. What is the causative agent for tuberculosis, students? Bacteria. So what is the name of that bacteria? Mycobacterium. Okay, very good. So if a person is suffering with this tuberculosis, that tuberculosis is a contagious disease. That means if a person sneezes or if a person coughs, that air droplets, if another person consumes, so that person will also affected with that tuberculosis. It is a contagious disease, tuberculosis. Okay, next. Wait a minute, students. Wait 2 minutes. Okay. Am I audible and visible? Next question. Match the following: baking soda, Na2CO3, washing soda, NaHCO3, caustic soda, NaOH, plaster of Paris, CaSO4 half H2O. Okay, actually, like the board was like struck. Now, what is the answer for this question? Students, match the following. So, baking soda, we also call it as what, students? Cooking soda. So, for the baking purposes, we use this baking soda in our next, washing soda. In order to convert the permanent hot water into soft water, we will use this washing soda. Okay. And next, caustic soda. What do you mean by this caustic soda? It is nothing but, okay, it is sodium hydroxide, which is the king of base. And finally, plaster of Paris. If we heat the gypsum at 100 degrees centigrade, so what we are getting, students, we are getting the plaster of Paris. Now match it and put your answer in the comment section. Each and every students who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and try to answer to this question. Yes, baking soda. Baking soda, what is the chemical formula for baking soda, students? It is sodium bicarbonate. And washing soda, actually, if there is no 10H2O, it is not the correct thing. Remember, students, washing soda, we have to include 10H2O. So, what is the answer? A. Next, caustic soda. What is the answer for this question? Sodium hydroxide. This is C. Plaster of Paris, it is D. So, option C is the correct answer. So, I think, okay. I think what, students? Gypsum. What is the formula for gypsum? CaSO4 2H2O. If we heat this gypsum at 100 degrees centigrade, so what is the product we are getting, students? Plaster of Paris. Okay. This gypsum, why we are adding gypsum to the cement mixture, students? Why we are adding gypsum to cement mixture? Why? Because in order to increase the setting time of the cement, we are adding this gypsum. Okay. If we heat the gypsum at 100 degrees centigrade, we are going to get plaster of Paris. So, what are the applications of this plaster of Paris, students? These plaster of Paris we will use when the person is having like a fractured bone. This plaster of Paris is wrapped around his hand. Okay, and not only that, this plaster of Paris we will use it for the making of different types of idols. Okay. Next, SSC GD special batch complete course is available on our Chandan Likes app. SSC exam complete course is also available on Chandan Likes app. APPC, TGPSC, CSI constable courses are also available. Next question, which is the heaviest organ in human body? Brain, liver, skin, heart. Now tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Each and every students who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and mention your answers in the comment section. Actually, 15 to 20% of our body weight, so that organ is only going to be. So which type of organ is that? Which is the heaviest organ in our human body? No, Shravani, that is the largest gland. Okay, liver is the largest gland. Tell me what is the answer for this question? I am not getting your messages. Am I audible and visible? No, students, liver is the largest gland. The heaviest organ in our body is skin. Why? Because skin is having many layers, epidermis, dermis. Okay, so these are the different types of, yes, very good. Skin is the heaviest. So almost 15 to 20% of the weight. 15 to 20% of the weight in our body is skin's weight. And what might be the weight, students? It is approximately 5 to 10 kgs. It is approximately 5 to 10 kgs. Our skin's weight is approximately 5 to 10 kgs. And when it comes to this liver, brain, what is the weight of the brain, students? 1300 grams to 1400 grams. And weight of the liver is 1500 grams to 1600 grams. And weight of the heart is, it is approximately 650 grams only. So what is the answer? Skin. Okay, very, very important. Skin, actually it is also the organ of our body. Skin is the largest organ of our body and it is also the heaviest organ in our body. Approximately, yes, approximately 15 to 20% of our whole weight is the skin's weight. Why? Because it is having different layers of skin. Dermis, epidermis. Okay, so these are the layers of subcutaneous layer. Okay. Next, which of the following is a ruminant animal? Horse, cow, pig, dog. Ruminant animal means, so that animal has the capacity of, why? Because that animal, ruminant animal, it is having a 4-chambered stomach. That 4-chambered stomach, so when that animal consume the food, that 4-chambered stomach, it will store the food and again it can bring back that food for chewing. Okay, in order to get digested, that food they can bring back from their stomach. So what type of animals are there? Are that? Tell me, students. Yes, skin is the largest organ and also the heaviest organ in our body. Now tell me what is the answer for this question, students. Ruminants are nothing but those animals are having 4 chambers of stomach. Okay, rumen, reticulum. Likewise, there are 4 chambers of, like what? 4 chambers of stomach in their body. So when it consumes like food, for example cellulose, for example grass, okay, that grass, it is like underchewed and they can store that grass in the 4-chambered heart, 4-chambered stomach, and again they can bring back that grass for chewing with the help of microbes in order to get digested. So what type of animal is that? Cow. Very good. Okay, it is having 4-chambered heart, and dog, pig, horse is having hind gut. Horse and rabbit, they are having hind gut. That means what? They are having separate fermenters. They are having separate fermenters. And pig, dog, it is having single stomach like us. Okay. Next. Which of the following is not a digestive enzyme? Pepsin, trypsin, amylase, insulin. Tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? We all know that generally we have 2 types of glands. What are those glands, students? Endocrine gland, exocrine gland. Endocrine glands are nothing but which secretes hormones. Exocrine glands are nothing but which secretes enzymes. That means the glands which are secreting enzymes are exocrine gland, and the digestive enzymes are secreted by that exocrine glands only. Okay, pancreas, which acts as both endocrine exocrine gland. So this is like releasing the digestive enzymes also. Okay, pancreas, it will release what, students? It will release like pancreatic juice, and liver. What does this liver release, students? This liver release bile juice. But this bile juice, it does not have no digestive enzymes. This liver does not have no like digestive enzymes. But this pancreatic juice, it has 3 types of digestive enzymes. So what are those? Proteases. This proteases again have what, students? Trypsin, chymotrypsin. And again it is having lipase and amylase. And salivary gland. What does this salivary gland release, students? Salivary gland, it also release amylase. Salivary gland release amylase. Now tell me, among these which is not the, and stomach. Stomach is having HCl, right? This HCl creates what, students? Pepsinogen. This pepsinogen, it will release what, students? Pepsin. Now tell me which is not the digestive enzymes. Very, very important. In the given 4 options, which is not digestive enzyme? Tell me, students. which is not digestive enzymes. That means that is not helpful for the digesting of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, etc. No students, and the answer for this question is insulin. Why? Because this insulin will regulate the sugar levels in the blood. It does not do any digestion. Okay, this insulin will regulate the blood sugar levels in our body, but it does not do any digestion. Okay, this pepsin in the stomach. Pepsin will digest what students? Pepsin will digest proteins. Next, trypsin. Trypsin, it will also digest what students? Proteins. Next, amylase. Amylase will digest what students? Amylase will digest carbohydrates. Next, lipase. Lipase will digest what students? Lipase will digest fats. And bile juice. What is the use of this bile juice? These bile juice will convert the fat globules into tiny particles. Fat globules into tiny particles. These are the different types of enzymes released by different types of organs. Very, very important. No students, amylase, it is also a digestive enzymes which digest carbohydrates. Okay? Option C is not the correct answer. Option D, it is insulin, which regulates the blood sugar levels in our stomach. Next, the chemical formula of marble is CaCO3, CaSO4, NaCl, MgCO3. Marble. Tell me students, very, very important. So one day for sure I am going to take that different types of enzymes, what it digests. Okay. So, or if not, you look at the black side, you will understand. What is the answer for this question, students? The chemical formula for marble is. So where does this marble get from, students? This marble we get it from earth. Okay. So what is the answer for this question, students? It is calcium carbonate. Okay, it is nothing but what, students? Calcium carbonate. This is calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate is nothing but how many forms of calcium sulfate we have, like gypsum and plaster of Paris. Gypsum is nothing but CaSO4 2H2O and plaster of Paris is nothing but CaSO4 half H2O, hemihydrate. NaCl, it is nothing but what, students? Common salt or table salt. A table salt. Magnesium carbonate is nothing but magnesite. So very, very important, students, different types of compounds. So what might be the answer? Calcium carbonate, we call it as what, students? Marble or what? Slake lime. Okay. Limestone, lime and also marble. So these are all what, students? Calcium carbonate. The crystalline form of calcium carbonate, we call it as what? Marble. Okay. Next. Receptors used to detect taste are known as gustatory receptors, olfactory receptors, nerve cell receptors, all of the above. Yeah, actually answer key has been listed. Okay. So how many marks you got, students? Mention your marks in the comment section. Did anyone got highest marks? And what is the answer for this question, students? Someone is laughing. What is the answer for this question, students? Each and every student who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and share it to your friends and relatives who needs the classes in English medium. And what is the answer for this question? So in our body, we are having different types of receptors. So some receptors, they will detect the smell. Some receptors, they will detect the taste. Some receptors, they are going to detect the signals from neurons. Okay. Now tell me, did you get marks or negative marks? You got positive marks or negative marks? Now tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Very good. Okay. Gustatory receptors. These gustatory receptors, they are present on our tongue. So if you observe it on your tongue, there will be like small bulges, right? So that bulges are nothing but these gustatory receptors. They detect the taste. Okay, so what is this gustatory receptor? They detect the taste. So how many types of taste we have, students? Like sour, sweet, and what? Sour, sweet, next umami. Okay, and how many tastes we have? Congratulations. How many marks, Parashuram? Next, olfactory receptors are nothing but which detects smell. Olfactory receptors are nothing but which detects smell. And nerve cell receptors are nothing but they are also known as neurotransmitters. They are also known as neurotransmitters which transport the signals from one neuron to another neuron. Okay, which transport the signals from one neuron to another neuron. Clear? Okay, we have many types of receptors. So the receptors which detect the taste, they are called as gustatory receptors. The receptors which detect the smell, we call them as olfactory receptors. The receptors which transport the signals from one neuron to another neuron, we call them as neurotransmitter receptors. Okay, done. Next. Bank exam complete course is available on our Chandan Likes app. Bank SSC RRB combo course is also available on our Chandan Likes app. Railway exam complete course is also available on our Chandan Likes app. The long slender projection of a nerve cell that conducts electrical impulse carrying information away from the nerve cell body and transmits this information to different neurons, muscles and glands is known as myelin axon squamnon. Tell me, students, what might be the answer for this question? Each and every students who are in the live session, also all of you click the like button, and what is the answer for this question? What is the actually which is the largest cell in our body, students? Largest cell is nothing but ovum, and longest cell which is approximately 1 meter, that is nothing but nerve cell. Okay, and this nerve cell, how it will appear, students? This nerve cell will be like this. Okay, so these are the dendrites. These are the dendrites, and this is the axon, and here is the axon terminals. Okay, this is the axon, and this is the soma, cell body, soma, and these are the dendrites. Okay, from dendrites, the signal enters into the soma, and from soma, it is going to be entered into the axon, and that axon will let the signals to transmit from the soma to the axon terminals, and from terminal it is going to send the signals to the another neuron through a gap called synapse. Now tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Okay, axon. Myelin is nothing but the fatty layer which protects the axon. Myelin is nothing but the fatty layer which protects axon. Okay, squamon are nothing but the myelin cells. They are the myelin cells. Yes. Next. What would happen to the weight of a body in a lift moving upward with uniform speed? Very, very good question, students. Okay, a person, he is he is in the lift and he is moving upwards with uniform velocity. So what might be his weight? Tell me, what might be his weight of a body? Tell me, students. Apparent weight is more than true weight, or apparent weight is less than true weight, or apparent weight is equal to true weight, or apparent weight becomes zero in such situation. What might be the answer? He is moving in a uniform velocity. If he is moving in a uniform velocity, there is no acceleration. If there is no acceleration, there is no acceleration due to gravity. If there is no acceleration due to gravity, if in case it is like uniform acidity, his apparent weight will be equal to his true weight. Okay. When the lift moves upwards, his apparent weight will be more than the true weight. Okay, when the lift moves upwards with the acceleration, when the lift accelerates upwards, then his apparent weight will be more than the true weight. When the lift accelerates downwards, his apparent weight will be less than the true weight. When the belt breaks, suddenly he will falls, right? At that time, his apparent weight will be 0. Remember students, very important. Again and again I am explaining, listen properly. Okay, when the lift accelerates upwards, his apparent weight is more than the true weight. When the lift accelerates downwards, his apparent weight is less than the true weight. When the lift is moving it with the uniform velocity, his apparent weight will be equal to the true weight. When the lift suddenly breaks, when the cable suddenly breaks, when the lift suddenly falls to the ground, at that time apparent weight will be equal to 0. Okay? Yes. Next. Which of the following force holds protons and neutrons inside the nucleus of an atom? Gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force. Now, who is going to give answer to this question? Yes, at that time the question I have asked is different. Rammi, at that time the question which I asked is different and this question is different. Okay? At that time the question which I asked is, when the lift moves upwards, what happens to his apparent weight? And this question is, when the lift is moving with uniform velocity, what happens to his apparent weight? So the questions are different. The concept is same, but the questions are different. Okay, note it. Very good students. So actually I have explained this in order to recall you. I have put this MCQ again. Why? Because the force which is acting between the proton and neutron for their binding within the nucleus, we call it as what, students? We call it as strong nuclear force. Okay. Next. The mass of now tell me this question, students, this answer. The mass of a body on earth is 10 kg, acceleration due to gravity is 10 meters per second square. If acceleration due to gravity on the moon is 6 meters per second square, then the mass of the body on moon will be 6 kg, 60 kg, 10 kg, 10 by 6 kg. Who is going to give answer to this question? Now tell me. Yesterday I have explained this concept, but here today which I am going to display the MCQs is, it is different. Now try to tell the answer. If you know the concept, you can easily answer to this question. Yes, okay, very good. The mass on earth will be same as the mass on the moon, but the weight will be different. Okay, if I am like 60 kgs on earth, my weight will be 10 kgs on moon. Why? Because gravity on moon will be gravity on earth by 6, but the mass will remains the same. Okay, so what is the answer, students? 10 kg. Mass does not change, only the weight changes. Weight is nothing but the gravity is acting upon the weight, but there is no gravity on mass. Okay. Next, look at the question properly, students. So they have given the question long, but there is nothing in that question. Okay, they have given the mass of a person on it, and they are asking the mass of the person on moon. There is nothing in that question. They have just given the values in order to confuse you. Okay, if you know the concept, you can easily answer to this question. Next, which of the following is not a subatomic particle? Deuteron, positron, neutrino, pi meson. Now tell me, actually this is deuteron. This is deuteron. Tell me, what is the answer for this question? Actually, what are the subatomic particles, students? What we all know, proton, neutron, neutron. Not only that, even we have some other subatomic particles like positron. So positron is nothing but it is the antiparticle of electron. I have already discussed. Okay, what is this positron, students? This positron is known as antiparticle of electron. That means it is having the same mass. This positron mass will be equal to electron mass, but the charge is different. Okay, but positron and electron is having the same mass, but electron is like a negative charge, positron is positive charge. Positron is the antiparticle of electron. So that is say subatomic particles. And neutron, this neutron we call it as what, students? Ghost particle. We call it as ghost particle. It is also one of the subatomic particle. And this deuteron, this is not a subatomic particle. This deuteron, it is present in the, like it is the nucleon of deuterium. Okay, it is the nucleus, it is the nucleon of deuterium, but it is not the subatomic particle. You all know what is deuterium, right? What is deuterium, students? DTO, heavy water. This deuterium, this deuteron, it is not the subatomic particle, students. It is the nucleon of heavy water, deuterium. Got it? Very, very important concept. Okay. Next. So this is also subatomic particle. So everything are subatomic particles, students. Only the deuteron, this is not a subatomic particles. It is a nucleon of heavy water, deuterium. Okay. Next. Which of the following is not a popular use of hydrochloric acid? Bathroom cleaner, dyeing and textile industry, pickling agent, leather tanning, manufacturing of alum. Now tell me, we all know hydrochloric acid is the strongest acid. It is having the pH value of 1.5, 1 to 1.5. Okay, so HCl is used in many applications, but not in one of the application. So identify and put your answer in the comment section. Tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? Each and every students who are in the live session, once all of you click the like button and share it to your friends and relatives who needs the classes in English medium. Very good. And the answer for this question is aluminium is hydrochloric acid is not used in the manufacturing of alum. Alum is nothing but what, students? Aluminium. Actually this is aluminium. Okay. Alum is nothing but the combination of two salts. The combination of two different salts, we call it as alum, potash alum, sodium alum, etc. Okay, this hydrochloric acid, it is used in the bathroom cleaners solution. It is also used in the dyeing and textile industries. It is used as a pickling agent. Okay, it is also used as a leather tanning, but it is not used in the manufacturing of aluminium. How can we get this aluminium, students? By what process? By Bayer's process. By Bayer's process and Hall-Héroult process. Yesterday only we have discussed. So what happens in this? So aluminium or bauxite. Okay, this alumina, when we when chlorine gas, what happens here? Alumina. What is this Bayer's process? Bayer's process is nothing but what? Alumina. If we heat the alumina, we will get that what? We will get what? Aluminium. What is this Hall-Héroult process? If we dissolve the alumina into cryolite, we will get the purest form of aluminium. We are not using like a HCl in any of the process for the manufacturing of aluminium. Okay. Next. Which of the following is used in vulcanization of rubber? Silica, iron, sulfur, iodine. Rubber. You all know what do you mean by rubber. So rubber is rubber is manufactured by which process, students? Vulcanization. In order to vulcanization of rubber, which one is used? Which of the following is used in the vulcanization of rubber? Very, very important. That means if we mix that element to that rubber, So that is going to form a cross bridges which makes them strongest and elasticity. So what is that? Sulfur. Very good. Okay, if we add sulfur to the rubber during vulcanization, so what happens, students? Cross bridges formed. Okay, in the rubber, the cross bridges takes place, which helps the rubbers to become stronger. Okay. Next, no, student, the answer for this question is sulfur. Next question. Gobar gas is made up of which of the following? Methane, carbon monoxide and hydrogen, hydrogen, methane and nitrogen, carbon monoxide and nitrogen, carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Now tell me, students, what is the answer for this question? All of you mention your answer in the comment section. Gobar gas, it is also known as what, students? Biogas. If we heat the cow dung, we will get this gobar gas. So what are the components present in this gobar gas? Come on, students, what is the answer? Yes, methane, carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Very good. Okay, which of the following is the heaviest metal known? Platinum, iron, indium, osmium. Which is the heaviest? I am not asking the which is the hardest metal known. Hardest metal known is diamond. Fine. So which is the heaviest metal? In our periodic table, we are having 180 elements, right? So which is the heaviest metal? So that means the density is approximately 23 gram per centimeter cube. That element density is approximately 23 grams per centimeter cube. That is highest than lead also. What is that? No. And the answer for this question is osmium. Okay, osmium, which is having the atomic number of 76 and which is present in the group 8 and period 6. Group 8 and period 6. It is the heaviest metal we know. Okay, why? Because its density is almost heavier than all other elements density, which is approximately 23 grams per centimeter cube. Very, very important question. So today we have come up with different types of MCQs from general science. So in this way we are going to cover each and every topic, students. So all of you please follow this general science series. And the same session I am going to discuss in the evening session in the complete Telugu medium channel. Okay. On the occasion of 6th anniversary, we are going to provide huge discount on each and every course. Target batch, students who are appearing for RRB NTPC examination from March 16 to March 27. So this is the very best opportunity for you, students. We are going to provide you a fast track course which contains each and every concepts which are in RRB NTPC syllabus. Special offers are going on. We can get any course at the rate of 399 only. SSC CGL special batch complete course is available on our Chandan Law Except. Zero to Hero complete course is also available on our Chandan Law Except. Telangana High Court complete syllabus regarding course is available on our Chandan Law Except. APPSC and TGPSC SI constable courses are also available. SSC GD special batch complete course is also available. SSC exam complete course is also available on our Chandan Law Except. Railway exams complete course is also available. Bank exams complete course is also available on Chandan Law Except. Bank SSC RRB combo course is also available. UPSC CSAT complete course is also available. So each and every course classes are explained both in Telugu as well as English languages. Okay, we have 3 channels, Chandan Law Telugu, English and main channel. Subscribe to those 3 channels. Whenever there is a live session, you will get a notification. Okay, students, if you need the PDF, it is available in Telegram link. You can join in the Telegram channel and you can download the PDF for your revision. Okay, students, bye, take care. Let's meet in the evening session in Chandan Law main channel at sharp 5 o'clock. Bye, take care.